Hello. How's it going today? We're getting started in a second here. Just gotta get my cables plugged in and a bunch of other junk, so 1 second here. Alright. Let's see how this looks. That's way too zoomed in. Fit the screen. Okay. Yeah, okay, so might as well start reading some chat messages here. Thanks to anyone that's here today. I know it's kind of short notice for this stream today, but nevertheless we're having the stream. Jack, you said never thought there could be worse price value to price ratio than Microsoft or Apple, but yeah. Yeah, Sony is particularly skilled at, well, not Sony anymore, just that VAIO, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, they're pretty good at charging a lot for kind of mediocre laptops for some reason. I don't know what their deal is, but that's just what they're good at. I don't know. So I'm just getting my desk space set up here so I can talk about this laptop here. We're talking about the XMG Core 14 today. I'm gonna just ping the Discord one more time. Hello. Not even Iris Plus graphics on a $2,000 laptop. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but luckily this laptop's a little nicer than that. Everyone, I'm live now. I bet I'm going to get like 5 people to leave. Live now. Now let's delete that. There we go. Ghost ping. Got him. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so hi there, Darth Vader. Get this laptop positioned. Make sure it's in frame here. Whoa. Go away. 1 second here. This shot is very dark. Hold on. Why is it so dark? I don't know. It's just going to be dark. Let me bring up the screen brightness. Yeah, I can't light that any better. It's just going to be kind of a dark shot today. How long is this stream? As long as it needs to be, I guess. 1 second here. There we go. So we've got this crap on the side of the screen here. We're just not going to worry about that. And yeah, so today we're streaming off of my new camera. So apologies if this looks a little weird or bad or anything. And what we're going to be doing is just testing this laptop. So this is the XMG Core 14. I've had this for, I think, 2 days at this point. And I've been pretty pleased with it. It's a Clevo-based laptop. Clevo is a design manufacturer, I think out of China. So basically, companies will buy chassis from them. They'll make modifications, adjust them, put their logo on them, and sell them basically as their own laptop. And XMG here has done a number of optimizations. This laptop, they provide, customized RAM and storage options and such. So this particular one here, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gig SSD, that kind of thing. And yeah, we'll be talking about this a bit today. So you'll notice in the title there's like 3 different laptops mentioned. The Core 14 is the gaming one with the GTX 1650. This is what this one has. And the, I believe, yeah, Media 14 is the one with only an integrated graphics card. So That one only uses the XE graphics. And we're gonna talk about some stuff just up front here. This laptop, because I know a lot of laptops that have dedicated graphics in them, they have when they have ports on the side, because this one has, of course, a number of ports, got HDMI port, USB stuff, USB-C. When you've got external video out, a lot of the time it's connected to the DGPU. And basically when that's the case, when you plug in like a monitor, your GPU is going to be always on. So if you're not plugged into like a power source, it drains the battery faster. What's nice about this laptop in particular is they basically designed it so that the video outputs are through the iGPU. So that's nice for a number of reasons. It also has its own downsides, like you can't use FreeSync monitors with this very easily. You can only really do that if you use an eGPU until the Intel graphics support it natively. Just that kind of stuff. It doesn't support everything yet, but it helps with battery life if you're like docking without power for whatever reason. I'm not sure when you'd be doing that, but hey, it's a bonus nevertheless. But yeah, so that's a bit of just talking about crap with the laptop. We're gonna be opening the back. We're going to be opening the back of this thing, and I'll just show off some things. So this laptop, I'll just pull up the specs here, and I'll zoom the camera in so you can hopefully see that here. Bear with me here. I'm using the new camera. So why is there a flicker on the jokes book? That's it's a ceiling fan. That's what happens when you have a ceiling fan. It causes things to flash sometimes. There we go. So I'm going to pull up Task Manager here just so you can see real quick the specs. And we've got here 1165 G7, of course, with the XE graphics. And we've also got GTX 1650 right here on this 14-inch laptop. And yeah, this is basically coming from someone who's owned a ThinkPad T480 for a while. And this laptop is honestly awesome. Because, T480 is an Intel laptop. And because of that, let me just meter this real quick. So whatever. It's going to be a little bright. Sorry. But yeah. I want to know if this can play Minecraft with shaders well. I mean, if you look at pretty much any 1650 gameplay of Minecraft, it's going to be about the same. So, like, I don't know what shaders you'd be installing. I would probably install, like, the only shaders I really like are the path tracing ones, so I wouldn't know what to tell you, really. But yeah, anyway, let's get something running. Do you guys want to see Minecraft, Teardown, BeamNG Drive, or Grand Theft Auto 5 first? Which one do you want to see? I should also get Afterburner installed. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about the overlay. The camera is not super optimal for streaming. GTA, okay. We're going to run the installer real quick. Do you guys have any like more specific questions about this thing outside of like what can it run? Otherwise, I can just talk about it. Computer specs and benchmark. I mean, I just went over the specs. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, if that's what you're asking. Oh, the screen's 120 hertz. It's 120 hertz, 14-inch 1080p panel. And you might be wondering, isn't that like the same as the 120 hertz G14? And yeah, you'd be right. It's the exact same panel. So exact same criticism I'd have of the G14 120 hertz panel there. It's a poor choice in my opinion because the response times make it pretty bad. I would personally opt for a good 60 hertz panel over this 120 hertz panel. I think this 120 hertz panel it's okay, but I don't really like it. It's not touchscreen. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of smeary screens. It just feels like I bought something cheap or something, which, of course, I'm going to mention this. I didn't buy this laptop like I usually do. XMG actually provided it for free, so thank you, XMG, for sending me this laptop, of course. But again, like, it just feels cheaper if the screen does not respond fast. So that's just kind of my experience with computers in general. That's how it's always felt. 1 second here. There we go. Okay. Just gotta get the monitoring stuff going here, guys. It's shameful how a Latitude 5310 has acceptable 18 millisecond rise fall, but an Inspiron 7300 has noticeable ghosting when moving the mouse cursor. Yeah. Yep. It sucks, doesn't it? I hate ghosting so much. Let's see here. We're gonna add all of these things here. Voltage limit. Oh yeah, and we'll be able to monitor CPU temperatures too, because we actually are using an Intel CPU, so it allows us to do that. It's funny how it's like that, Alright, apply. Okay, cool. So we've got monitoring now. It's going to tell us some components cannot be hooked because of some random crap. And yeah, there we go. How much is it? How much is the laptop? So here's kind of the tricky thing. I don't know if XMG will ship this laptop to the US. Let me just check on that. I think they do. Let's see here. Am I also still in desktop? Hello? Hello? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna use my link here. I think you can get this sent to the US. When I configured my unit, it worked out to be what was it? Like 1,400 euros roughly. I can just spec out a more reasonable configuration here just to tell you roughly, but I'm just gonna try to figure this out real quick. I'm gonna spec this to my spec, at least a similar spec. Yep, that's basically the same as what I have. We need the backlit US keyboard. Do they have? No. I really wish there was. This ISO keyboard was not a thing. I really don't like ISO keyboards. We'll have to talk about that. Just me being annoyed. Alright, so I'm gonna add this to my cart. Okay, so 1094 euros, which I think works out. Yeah, it's like 1335 USD. So, it's not cheap. Where's chat? Let me just show you, okay? Yep. So here you go. We have the XMG Core 14s configured to this price point here. Let's see if I can. No, I can't switch this to USD. But I can tell you that it is indeed that price. Let's see if we can check out to the US here. I have to create an account, really? I don't want to do that. Anyway, but I don't know if these guys ship to the US. I think they might, but I'd have to check. But just check the link in the description. See if you're not in the US, they might ship to you. If you're in the US, they might also ship to you. I'd have to check with my my guy about that, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get back to what's going on here. I'm going to fire up Grand Theft Auto 5 per everyone's requests. And yeah, so this laptop comes with a 90-watt power brick. That's just this little thing here. It's smaller than the trackpad for sure. So, you know, tiny little power brick. And this is powering a 50-watt GTX 1650 and the 1165 G7. So there is some kind of like interesting behavior of the power management system. It's not bad. It's just interesting. It's questionable, I guess. Is gaming on this suitable for AA titles? What do you mean AA titles? Like indie games? What? Also, what are the thermals like? Yeah, we'll be talking about that. So I'm gonna close this here. Let's exit out of this launcher, and I'm just gonna run a stress test for you guys. Okay? No, don't run. So I'm gonna load up Heaven. I'm also gonna load up Ada64. And I'm gonna plug the HDMI right into this laptop. It's gonna work. Yep. I don't know what Discord's doing. There we go. What is happening? There we go. Load up Heaven. And then we'll load up Ada64. Go to Unified. And start the stress test. So, you'll be able to see here. Basically, we have 50 watts in the GPU. That's what this blue number is here. And then we've got about 20 watts in the CPU. And I'm going to open up the Clevo control center here. And it is really loud in here right now. I'm also going to put the fans to max here just real quick. Which is not necessary, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of demonstration. And yeah, so here's the stress test. As you can see, yeah, thank you, Darth. As you can see here, under full stress test load, we have the CPU running at very reasonable temperatures. Like this is low, like low 60s, high 50s, and then like mid 60s, and the GPU is running at like 60C. So if the fans are on max in this thing, it doesn't even get hot, which is impressive for sure. And we've got that 90-watt power supply, so you're kind of restricted to, like, because 50 plus 20 is 70, and then you add in like everything else, and it rounds up to about 80 watts of consumption with 10 watts left over for, I guess, wiggle room. But one thing we can try, let's see if we can get throttle stop to run. We'll use the beta. Yeah, we'll just use the actual stable version. Extract. Alrighty. Now that we're loading this up here, Alright, so we'll get this loaded up here. Yep. And we'll just go to TPL here, and we'll adjust this. Let's see what we can do. What I'm going to do is just set this to 30. Let's see what happens. No, it's not. It's doing very weird things now. Oh, I didn't start the stress test. Nope. Okay, so that's limited still. Turn off BD proc hot. And these. Yep. So basically, there's no way really around it. That's just kind of the fact of the matter. You cannot get around this power limit, as far as I can tell. It's a like system imposed limit, so unfortunately, that's just how it is. But as you can see, when we actually go and do some tests here, you'll be able to tell that that's not actually that big of a deal, because everything still runs okay. I actually haven't run GTA, so we'll see how well GTA runs at least. But yeah, let's get that spun up. Ba-da-bum-bum. So yeah, we'll let this install. Do you guys have any questions at all about this laptop so far? Or have I explained everything pretty well? Yeah, it makes for really good streaming, doesn't it? Alright, I'm back. We'll just get this hooked up here. This is going to be broken because Grand Theft Auto 5 is dumb. Whatever. We'll start. Yes. No. So just start up story mode. I can't fix full screen for now, but we'll at least be able to boot into the game. And yeah, we'll see what we can do here. So I think this is at pretty low settings right now. We're just gonna try the I think I might be having some like lag issues right now. You guys seeing any like stuttering coming out of this, or is that just me? It seems like when it's moving fast. Nah, it's
Look out!
It's just OBS. Yeah, it's just my preview window sucking. Let me adjust the settings here. What the hell is this refresh rate? What? Yes, this is actually pretty good. I'm going to turn down the video capture a little. And I'm going to switch my mouse and bring the laptop over to my desk so that I can actually play it in front of me. And yeah, we're going to play GTA 5 for a bit. And I can just show you the temperatures and everything while we're doing that, because that seems like a pretty, as good a stress test as any. What are the specs? 1165G7 Intel processor with a GTX 1650 Max P at 50 watts. Yeah, so we're just going to screw around a little bit. I've also got that second XMG laptop here, so if we run out of things to talk about, I'll be talking about that one.
Hey, come on,
Pretty good track. Yeah, no kidding.
You know what? One nasty part.
Oh no, my video's gonna get age restricted because I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. Gotta turn the music off, otherwise I'll get copyrighted.
Fucking beautiful. Oh shit, sorry.
Okay, hold on. How can I turn off the music? Oh yeah, no, get off of here. No, there we go. They'll never catch me.
You got lucky, buddy. Move, let's move.
Oh, he caught me. Damn it. Oh, cool. I can't see my chat because of a frickin' comment notification now. There we go. Thank you, whoever left a comment about something. You blocked chat for 2 seconds. But yeah, let's go back. So yeah, I'm playing on the keyboard right now with an external mouse, which is how I anticipate anyone would use this laptop. The trackpad is quite nice, actually. It's got a pretty large trackpad. I think I showed that off earlier. It's, you know, quite a sizable one. It's much bigger than really a lot of the laptop trackpads I've used lately. I think it would even be bigger than the original 14 that I checked out on a live stream a while ago. So that's something to keep in mind for sure. If you care a lot about big trackpads and whatnot, this laptop will definitely keep you happy there.
You know what? You're one nasty fuck.
The keyboard itself, some reviews so far have kind of criticized it for being like spongy, I guess. But I have not personally felt like that. I felt that the keyboard is quite okay. What's happening back here? Because, you know, like, so I don't know necessarily what certain keyboard terms mean. Like, what is a spongy keyboard, I suppose? I think the keys are actually, like, the thing is, this is one of the most accurate keyboards I've used in, like, this type of laptop in a while. Like, I can just tap keys and it responds immediately. You can see, like, Michael's hands. I'm just going to tap, like, gently. You can see he'll flinch immediately. Just tapping it. So, yeah, keys are quite nice. Keyboard I find to be about perfect for games. It's got short travel, which can be nice for gaming. I know some people like long travel so that they're like very deliberate in their actions, but short travel I find is nice for action and stuff. The only issue I have with it is the fact that what would it be? Yeah, the ISO layout. Yeah, because the keys are just a lot different than a normal QWERTY layout, so I keep hitting like backslash and random other stuff. If you compared the RTX 2060 Max Q to the 1660 Ti Max Q, I figure out the 2060 is worth the extra cash. I'm pretty sure it's not. I would probably go for 1660 Ti Max Q, but also that I think that's pretty much also only in the G14. So I know that the models with those graphics cards run considerably hotter than the 1650 one, but that's the main difference there. Pretty sure they both consume the same amount of power. If they don't, and you can find someone talking about that, or like the 2060 consumes more power, then I would probably go with the 2060 unless it's like $200 cheaper. $200 more. Mind game sounds too loud? Okay. I'll fix that. I'll bring that down. How's this? Probably better. Bring that up a little. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's much better now. Oh my god. It's 400 euros more, but 2060 mod. I mean, if you want my personal opinion on that, 4K OLED is not especially worth it in a laptop. First of all, 4K is a little silly for multiple reasons. It just kind of makes battery life worse, and you know, you hardly get the benefits of all the pixels there. But also, OLED for desktops is kind of a disaster because you get burn-in faster. There's no real way around it unless you hardly use your laptop, unlike the desktop. You can optimize Windows to avoid burn-in, and you know, manufacturers do work on ways to avoid it, but on a computer with Windows is not horribly optimized for it. So it's just something to keep in mind, that your lifespan of your panel is realistically lower by multitudes than an LCD. If you consider, you know, 100% accurate colors all the time as life of the panel, essentially. But yeah, I mean, I could play Grand Theft Auto all frickin' day on this thing. I mean, it feels like I'm playing on my desktop, which is hilarious. But of course, that's not accurate. My desktop does have a 1070, so a 1650 is not equivalent by any means, but it is quite fast. I'd personally be okay with like only using this for Grand Theft Auto if I had to. Yeah, and I'm still like, cause I don't know if you guys have seen my G14 video, but I was not impressed with the keyboard on that thing. It just felt like I was really just struggling to hit keys all the time, because sometimes when you're playing games, you know, your fingers are not always centered on the keys, especially if you have bigger hands. So what ends up happening, because like right now when I go left, I'm pressing on like the edge of the A key. And, you know, I press on the center of D, but when I'm pressing A, I'm right on the edge of it. So on the G14, it'd be like I'd hit the key and nothing would happen, but you can see here I'm turning. Which doing this on the G14 would not turn me. So already a big props to everybody involved in this laptop already, because that's nice. Do you guys want to see a teardown of this thing soon? Who's interested in that? I'm gonna punch everybody. No, the cops. Run. yeah, we'll do a little teardown. XMG said I can tear it down pretty much as far as I want. So we could do a full board teardown and take the board out. But, you know, I also have the full service manual at my disposal, so we don't necessarily have to do that. I just will do a basic teardown and talk about my thoughts on the internal design and whatnot. And yeah, we've been playing GTA for a while, so let's check some temps here because we're on performance. The fan is definitely running. Let me get my sound meter here. Where is it? What? I seem to have misplaced my sound meter. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see if this works here. It should. All right, so we have whoops. We have the laptop right here. And I'm just going to take my sound meter. Whoops. Gotta mute game audio. Let me just put this down. So as you can see here, about 58 decibels. That's not terrible. Of course, this is a small laptop, and we're running at really low temps, so you could probably drop the fan noise down a bit without running into really any penalty there. But yeah, let's check chassis temps here. So right here in the middle of WASD, we're registering about 30C, which, you know, feels about right. Keep in mind that this is metal, so it's not going to feel as hot as like a plastic would at these temperatures. We have 19.8 Celsius here. Right along this edge, 25. Up near the front here. Really? 29. Okay, actually 27.1 is a little closer for the WASD. 32 right in the middle. On this far side, 27.6. 22.0. 19.2. Right on the trackpad, 19.0. 18.8. Yeah. So, you know, keyboard area, this is where the motherboard is a bit warmer. But this is where the battery is. So, in general, it's not as hot. And, you know, we've got the display here. Display is all within tolerable temperatures, of course. Let's also check the bottom. Whoop. 23, 30, 29, 29, 29, 20-ish, 27. The problem right here is just measuring without being inside of the laptop. That's like 40-ish C. I mean, it's going to be hard to get an accurate measurement off this. There is some hot air coming out of this section, but right here, these are where the fans are. Nice and cool. Oh, I haven't actually shown you guys the laptop in super detail. So this laptop is actually kind of blue. You can see that when I bring the light closer. It's a dark blue. We've got on the back here, well, on the lid, XMG logo, a nice embossed black. Looks pretty nice, really. Pretty tasteful. I mean, it's kind of hard to see it without it being in the right lighting too. So, you know, I'm a big fan of that. I think it's cool that they're able to tuck their logo so subtly into the lid. And yeah, here's the trackpad I'm talking about, right here. Let's see. Do I have a good point of reference for how big that is? Let's see. SD card right there. Yep, there you go. There's your shot of how big it is. But yeah, let's get this thing opened up. It's got 12 screws in the bottom we have to release, and then we'll be able to check it out. And then we can move on to the next laptop of the day, or the evening. So I'll be right back. We'll just play the music again. Hello, I'm back. And yeah, we're going to be disassembling this laptop here. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, so let's get started here. What I'm going to do is load up chat again, wherever that went. There we go. I'm going to turn this off. And we're gonna take the back off. That'd be fun. So I'm just gonna cover up the lid here so that we don't damage it. Also unplug the charger. And I'll have to review my notes because I think Tom told me how to, you know, disassemble this thing properly, so. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. I'm going to move my mic as well. One sec here. The most well-produced live streams on the planet. Brought to you by me. Shit. Already making a mess, aren't we? Alrighty, so I'm going to pull this in a little bit. I'm going to lift this up. And now I've got a nice facing down angle here. Alrighty, so let's get started here. I'll check my notes first. Get this crap out of the way. Alright, so someone said, can you check the rigidity of the bottom? As you can see here, not a whole lot of flex to it. And move this light. Yeah, as you can see, doesn't flex a whole lot. Very solid, actually. There's no real like clicky or anything. Pretty solid as far as laptops go. Let's load up the service manual here. And see how they generally advise opening this. Might as well just show you some shots of the board here. So these are shots provided by the manufacturer of this motherboard here. I don't know if anyone in chat's looking, but so we have the back of the board. And the front of the board, this is where the GPU would normally be, I think. Do they show one with? No. Anyway, yeah, so this is where the GPU would be with the memory modules. Got RAM here. I think this is the Wi-Fi card, and this is where the SSD goes. And yeah, on the opposite side, there's not a whole lot. I mean, you got some ports for 7 is the keyboard, 8's the backlight for it, that kind of stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here and remove all the screws. Oh my god. Thanks, dog. Alright, so yeah, we're going to remove that, and we're going to take a look at the inside. This is a little preview of what we'll see. But yeah, so what size screw is that? I don't know. Number 1 bit works well, so we'll use that one. Oops. Alright, I'm going to reload the page. Alright, so I'm just going to tuck these into this, whoops. No. Yeah, so I've got this cup here. I'm gonna just be sticking my screws in it so I don't lose them. Let's play some music while I'm doing this, why not? Oh, one thing worth noting is that the keyboard here, these screws here, if you unscrew these, you can actually pop the keyboard out without tearing down the device. So that's a nice thing with this laptop. Keyboard gets damaged, it's actually somewhat repairable. But yeah. Alrighty. Let's get the back cover open. Did the music pause? Yeah, it did. So how's it going, everybody? While we're waiting for me to get this open. I've got to get a less blunt tool for this. Hold on. What song is this? This is part of the TF2 soundtrack. I think it's, yeah, Archimedes. God. There it is. Okay, cool. I've got the right tool now. Alright, so we're gonna get this open now. There we go. There we go. Came right off. Let's see. Did I break anything? Nope. Nope. Came right off. So, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this. So we've got the bottom panel here. As you can see, these are the cutout for the these are the cutouts for the fans. You can see actually the airflow in is obstructed in some sections, which is a little interesting. Because, you know, we have criticized other manufacturers for doing similar things. I'm not certain what the exact, like, thought process was behind doing that on this laptop. As we are aware, the thermals are quite good on here, so maybe it was just to encourage lower case temperatures, because, you know, that's generally what you do that for. But I'm not quite certain. Whoops. I just ruined my camera view. There we go. Not quite certain there. But yeah, this is the inside of the back. Got tape here. The tape is covering some of the intake ventilation here. And we've also got a mesh covering this part, at least. It's interesting how this part has a mesh. I guess that's because it's over the memory, just to protect it a little better. So I'm going to set this aside. And yeah, let's take a look at here. So my model here, we have so we've got two sticks of Samsung. I think this is 3200 here. Yeah, 3200 DDR4. We've got these fans here. This is a Winma fan. I've never heard of that company before, but yeah, they've got a fan in this. We'll take a look here. We've got the Wi-Fi card. I believe that's a Intel AX200. It's a 201 actually. Why do I have the music playing still? Jesus. Enough of that. Anyway, yep, so we got the Wi-Fi card. Got the SSD here. It's, of course, a Samsung 980 Pro. Pretty fast SSD. I wish it was larger because it is only like 256 gigs, but nevertheless, that's all right for what I'm doing with it. It's actually a if you look here, it's actually PCIe 4.0. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, 256 gig drive, 250 gigs. So there's that. And yeah, we have the whole battery here too. Let's bring this into focus again. 49 watt hour battery. We'll talk about battery life too when we get to that point here. And yeah, this is just the internals of the device. You can see here we've got the CPU and GPU mounting. Both have 4 mounting points, which I respect and appreciate. We also have the hinge mounts. We'll talk about that right now, because I know that was something they were interested to see what my thoughts were on this. Basically, as you can see here, we've got... does that actually go under? Yeah, it does. Yeah, so we have the GPU, the hinge mounts here, and it appears that screws onto some sort of metal bracket of sorts. Also the same on this side here. We've got the hinge mounts and they're screwed into a bracket. The hinge mounts are out of the way of the motherboard, so at the very least, if you take a hit on the hinge, it won't bust the motherboard open and cause the computer never to turn on again. So that's something I also appreciate. Won't run into stress on that. The speakers, we've got speakers down here. They're quite small. They're not horribly loud. I wish they were a little bigger maybe, but at the same time I don't really mind because I don't really use speakers on my laptop very much. It's understandable that they're this small too because of given just all of the stuff they're fitting in this laptop in general. But yeah, just in general, very well filled internals here. No wasted space really to speak of. They actually do have 2 SODIMMs, which already gives you a bit of a bonus over the G14. Where, you know, you only have 1. You can actually upgrade the RAM entirely on this laptop, which is always appreciated. And yeah, so this is basically a production unit. The only non-production thing about it is if we take a look at the back, you can see that like the stickers are kind of applied weird, and I've got like a separate serial number sticker, which is supposed to be like right here. Yeah, so this is a little different than normal exactly, but it's the internals and everything are what you'd get if you bought one from XMG. So that's just something I wanted to address as well. What is this? Oh, just some like quality sticker things. But yeah, so I'll just get this clicked back together here. This laptop's actually rather pleasant to tear down. A lot of laptops, when you do a teardown on them, they are just like kind of a mess to really do a teardown on. This one has all the same screw sizes. It's mainly just screws. The clips release properly, which is very much appreciated. It was designed to be opened, which is nice. Of course, I do have to use the proper tools to open it, so it's not like the Nitro 5 where I can just grab the thing and manhandle it closed, but I don't think that's really a plus either. So let's just check real quick here, make sure, yep, keyboard's still snapped down. That's good. We'll get the keyboard screwed in first. But yeah, in general, build quality on this thing is quite good. It's very rigid. No real complaints in regards to hinge design as far as I can tell so far. We'll even take a look at that in some teardown photos on here and see if we can find anything. But from what I've been able to tell, the lid itself does not have an adhered hinge mount. It's just part of the lid. So it's, you know, like tapped or whatever it needs to be for the manufacturing there. In general, just this is a very solid machine. You know, of course, it's not perfect when it comes to things like CPU performance. It's not going to be getting like 30,000 watts PL1 or anything, but at the same time, that's fine. I don't really care because it's not like throttling to nothing, which I guess is what I would be concerned about with this kind of laptop. Why am I not being able to screw it in here? What's happening? Is that a bigger screw? It is. Okay, so I was wrong. There are a few different screw sizes, it appears. That's unfortunate. So, small one, definitely. Yeah, the bigger holes here need the bigger screws. Okay. But yeah, I think the rest of them are the same. Yeah. That's interesting. So, I take that back. They're not all the same size screw, but these screws are also part of the hinge. So, at least there's a reason for it. I'd still would love to see all the same size screw, so that it makes maintenance a little easier and less scary. But nevertheless. As you can see, though, like in this cup here, the rest of the screws are pretty much all the same size, so not a huge concern. If I long screw this thing, I'll die. Regarding like backlight bleed, there is some backlight bleed on this computer. Yes, even samples do have flaws. The the left middle side of the screen has backlight bleed. I'm not sure why. Seems like kind of a weird spot, but it does. And yeah, we also have that second XMG laptop here. So I'll be pulling that out because I feel like I've said. Do you guys have any questions about this thing? Any remaining questions? Or have I pretty much filled you guys in on my feelings in this thing so far? Because I'll have a separate video coming out in a little bit more detail soon. Also, I know this is a bit of a late stream, so not everyone's going to be on. The display ghosting bad? Yeah. I'd say so. Easiest way to demonstrate that is like Minecraft, but yeah, I'll just do that real quick. Alrighty. So this being visible will depend on how good your current screen is, because if your screen's not better than the G14 screen, it's not going to come through very well. And also we're at 30 FPS, so it's going to be a little funky. I should also say, it's got a power button on the side. Bit odd of a choice, but it's fine. Not going to complain about something that's not a problem. Yep, keyboard deck and lid are both metal, by the way. It's also got Windows Hello. Just signs me right in. A mouse cursor against a lighter background is how I test it. Yeah, that works. I like the XMG background because it makes it look like you're... Like, if you have any smudges on your screen, you won't be able to tell. I don't think that's what they're going for, but it's nice. But anyway, so I'm just going to... You can see here, we've got this cursor. And I can see, like, just watching with my eyes, we're at 120 hertz right now. It is very smeary. Like, when I was using the Legion 5 at 144 hertz, it was hard to detect any ghosting because that screen is like a 5 millisecond response time. This screen is closer to like 1920, so I'll zoom in a bit. Now, keep in mind this is not exactly accurate. Let me see if I can... what's happening here? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to set this to just a little over the refresh rate of the screen. So this is at 125 shutter speed. Well, let's go 200. There's your gray to gray. Let's go and make the screen a little brighter. Bring this down. There you go, over it. And yeah, let's open up a window here. Oh god, all that stuff's in the way. Yeah, it's not very nice. Just it's everyone's criticism with the G14 120 hertz panel, because it is the exact same panel, and I'll just show you that real quick. Load up Ada, and I'll just show you. Display, monitor. Here you go. As you can see here, this is the same panel. Quite poor for a $1,300 device. I would agree, except for the fact that literally every other 14-inch laptop with this size screen has the same terrible panel. So I would tell XMG you want the 60 hertz panel, but there's not a whole lot you can really do to like, I don't know how much they'd be able to do to change that. Maybe offer the 60 hertz panel for less money. Or maybe about the same, because personally I would go for the 60 hertz if I was going to like buy this device on my own. And for $1,300, I do agree that it's a bit stupid that it's that panel. But again, like it's a whole thing. I don't know. I'm not gonna like apologize for XMG here, because I know I don't like the panel myself. I've expressed that a few times now. But it's a gamble, though. 60 hertz could have yeah, but like, oh my god, you can get 60 hertz panels. Like, for instance, the one that Asus uses in the G14. 1 second. Alright, I'm just going to keep going anyway. Hopefully you guys like listening to my dog scream, because I'm not going to get up and close my door right now. We're just going to go onto... We're not going to go into that server, because that's a server I'm admin on. We're going to go to... Let's see. Dog needs a mute switch. I agree. So our on battery, hold on, let me plug in the So I've plugged in the power here, and we should see that it'll stop lagging in a second. Hopefully. I don't know what is happening. I should note that I've had one blue screen on this thing, but I haven't had it since I updated Windows. What the hell? Hold on. Oh, it's OneDrive again. Woohoo! OneDrive. Lagging the whole computer for no reason. There we go. So I'm going to just remove the frame cap. Turn off VSync. And yeah, so here's our screen. Minecraft does not have motion blur. But this computer has motion blur in Minecraft. So I guess if you like artificial motion blur in games, then this panel is nice. But otherwise it just kind of like, you lose detail, especially if if you're playing something like Grand Theft Auto 5, even at 60 FPS it's going to be a bit smeary. But yeah, Latitude 5310 and Pavilion 14X360 have decent response times. That's not, yeah, it's funny. Some of the cheaper computers have better response times than the higher end monitors, because, you know, they're not angling for, well, we got to have the 5,000 hertz 93% funny panel. They just want the nice panel that responds quickly, so people think the device is fast. Which, again, response times, I think I've talked about this before, but response times have quite significant impact in how fast something feels. So, something to keep in mind for sure. Playing Minecraft. Woohoo! But yeah, Surface Laptop 3 is just madness. 30, 40 second. Jesus. Okay. But yeah, so that's... let's play Teardown now. We'll just load up Teardown. Also have to fire up Afterburner so that we can see FPS in other games. Actually, let's load up BeamNG Drive first. And one thing I want to show you guys is I'll just load up a game. I'll load up BeamNG Drive again. We'll go to Utah. I'll get my controller here and I'll plug this in. So of course, you know, the fans are loud and we're not really at like super duper like temperatures because we're in performance mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Control Center. You can see, you know, we're getting about like 80 FPS, and then if I look over here, still like 90. Just kind of, you know, 80s, 90s. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to power modes and I'm put this into quiet. You can see now the fans are going to ramp down. We're going to play the game. I'll put my sound meter next to the computer here. I'm just going to be quiet and play the game for a little bit. You get to watch. Oh god, our frame rate dipped really hard. Hold on, let me double check, make sure OneDrive's not running again. What is running? Nothing. Okay, so we'll just run the game. So yeah, it looks like we are throttled a little bit here. Now, I don't know why we weren't throttling before. But what I'm going to do, you can see our CPUs at like those temps and whatnot. I'm just going to put this into the entertainment one. There we go, entertainment. I don't know what is causing this to stutter. Weird. There we go, 90. What the hell? Hold on. Why is the anti-malware running? What? Jesus. There's so much stuff just running while I'm trying to do this test. Look how smooth and well the FPS is like handling itself when we're gaming on the low power state, and then everything decides to just, you know, we're gonna spin up this random crap for no reason. Yeah, so the fan spun up again. That's not what I wanted, so I'm gonna go back to quiet. Yeah, as you can see, we appear to be performance limited and quiet, which is interesting because I wasn't observing this the other day when I was playing games on here. It wasn't like lagging behind when I was playing BeamNG Drive and quiet. Maybe like a BIOS update got applied or something, I'm not sure. But I'm going to load up. I'll go back to entertainment, and I'm going to go to fan control. And I'm going to just... Is this like offset to like... What? Custom, sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just drop the I'm gonna drop the fan curve here. Can I do that? Oh, it doesn't allow me to drop it below 50? What? What the heck? Really? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not correct at all. What? Well, let's set this as low as possible. How about that? For as long as possible. Yeah, let's stick with that. So, minimum fan. We're going to put this max performance. And we'll go back to the fan here. Hello. Okay, so now we should be running at like no fans. Hopefully. Oh, we're stuttering again. What's running? I wonder. Anyway. Yeah, 100 FPS. We're going to go through the tunnel here. Turn my lights on. Now, I'm pretty certain that reducing the fan curve like this, well, it will lead to hotter temperatures on the CPU and GPU, and it's very likely that it'll increase surface temperatures. As you can see, I mean, we're still running pretty well in games because these components aren't really, I guess, fully stressing out the cooling system. I know that it was mentioned that in hotter climates, the thermal system is going to be pushed a little harder, such as like Australia or, places like that. They'll, it's going to need to work a little harder to maintain these nice temperatures. You can see we're already up to 70 on the GPU and the CPU slowly climbing there. But yeah, like I can't hear the laptop at all. It's like a gentle whooshing. Happy New Year, by the way. Oh, that's not yet for me. It's 6:36. I've got another 5.5 hours, but yeah. What's the typing experience like? Keystrokes are short. The keys are not like the most tactile in the world, but you're not going to run into situations where it's not accurately reporting a keystroke because the keys are pretty short and the switches are very accurate. And you also won't be running into any things where yeah, I don't know. I like the keyboard. I don't like the layout, but I like the keyboard. Like if I could get this in standard QWERTY layout, I would get it like that. But you can't. I don't think. I'd have to ask Tom. I see. Like, do you guys sell it in QWERTY? Because maybe like the UK one is QWERTY. I'm not 100% certain. I think UK keyboards are basically ISO. So, not 100% certain. But other than just the layout, because I don't like ISO. I like it a lot. There's a US. Yeah, but it's ISO, so it's different. Hi, I'm interested in buying gaming laptop. Past 2 months I did some research. Guys help. Yeah, we can talk about that. Hey everyone that's at the stream now. But yeah, so now we've been playing for a bit. Let's just see. I'm interested. What are the deck temps? Yeah, 21. How about in the keyboard? 27. 35. This is not terrible. Very quiet. I mean, we're far from like maxing out the components here. GPU is at full, but the CPU is hardly even utilized right now. I'm sure if we were playing something a little bit more CPU intensive, it would really chew it up. So let's get a more CPU intensive vehicle out. Actually, no, what we can do, I'll switch this to a better vehicle just for fun. We'll go for this one. And then I'll spawn a bunch of traffic in. But yeah, Fabio, we can help you find something. There we go. CPU is running at much higher utilization, like more like 70%. And all these cars are pretty taxing on this. We're only running at like 28 FPS at this point. So, oh, there we go. 30. I mean, it's going to be very limited now because BMG Drive is not very well optimized with multiple vehicles driving around. But then again, it's doing physics simulations on all of them. So, you know, I can do this. Was the quietest gaming laptop I've ever tested? I mean, you mean quiet and good or just quiet? Because, and also what type of gaming laptop? Are you talking like a budget one or a nice high power, like mid-range one, or just depends? Yeah, temps are still okay. It's keeping itself under control, and the fans are just not running. Looks like our sound meter got tired. I'm just going to go back to the default fan profile now. You can hear it gets very loud. Actually, the temperatures do kick up for a second, so I think it does boost higher when the temps, well, when it's actually being cooled actively. Yeah, we're like 84 C now. Interesting. I think it's just clocking really high right now. Let's see. Are you clocking? Yeah, 4 gigahertz. That'll cause you to drown a little. There we go. Seems like whatever was happening has been stabilized. I think the system was thermal throttling at 70. Because, you know, we're getting like 40, 50 FPS now. Which we weren't getting before. Which is fine, actually, because throttling at 70, I like, it's not great for like a big old chunky gaming laptop. But for something that's more intended to be like a multimedia laptop with gaming performance, I do respect that they're trying to keep the temperatures down. That makes a lot of sense. How's the keyboard? Keyboard's pretty good. Oh, Fabio, I'd say Legion 5 personally. But yeah. Did I get the NUC M15 in yet? Yep. I've got it sitting on my bed. We'll be taking a look at it soon. I like a PC that doesn't have that gamery look. Yeah, I mean, the Legion 5 actually doesn't look very gamery. It looks more like a workstation. Looks like a ThinkPad, except with a cooler badge on it. I've caused a crash. Whew. Alright, so that's that computer for now. We can come back to this laptop a little bit in a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close things down for this one. And we're going to unbox the M15. I will also have to install an SSD in it because I don't believe it comes with one. But yeah, I'll just close this down here. I'll have to grab an SSD because I have one, but it's not. I'll have to install Windows too. It doesn't come with one. Yeah, it's because of the way I got it through XMG. It was thrown into a box and shipped to me. It wasn't really like a proper sample, I guess. So it's also kind of special, and you'll get to see why. It's a laptop kit, right? Well, it's the bare bones one. I got shipped a like pretty much just a sample, without any sort of XMG parts in it. As far as like, that's my understanding. It has the basic on it. All right. So let's get this open. I'm gonna put this Core 14 aside for now. And yeah, I'm gonna be opening a box. So bear with me here while I open a box. They missed the opportunity to put XE Max in there to prove what it can do in proper thermal headroom. I suppose you're right. So what's the correct way to open this box? Let's see here. Hold on, I gotta get this in shot here. So here's the shipping info here. It's the Vision 15 for Core Husky, so I think we might have got the wrong one, because don't know who that guy is. Oh boy. I'm gonna put the camera away for a second. You get to look at my window while I remove shipping labels. At least I'm pretty sure this doesn't have an SSD in it, so we'll see when I get it open. It'll be a second, because I gotta get through all this plastic and other stuff on here. That's scary deep. Why did I plunge so deep into the box? So much tape. Normal laptops won't come in packaging like this, just so you know, so. It'll look a little nicer. Looks like this was inspected or something. That's why it's so jacked up. we are. We did it. I got the frickin' box open. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at this laptop here. We'll get this open. As you can see, it's a sample, a Intel press kit, a bunch of other stuff here that you've probably never seen before. Isn't that cool? Some fun internal stickers to show off to my audience here. So we've got appears to be a power brick with another cable I can't use, which is alright because I think I've got some converters somewhere. It's just USB-C too, so let's see. How big is this brick itself, like power-wise? Make sure I've got a compatible brick. It's not like a weird, crazy 100-watt thing. 65 watts, I'll be okay. So I'll just put this away for now. And oh, that's nice of them. Thank you, guys. Thank you, XMG, for sending me the cable that I can use. Oh, God. Where's the camera's looking at nothing. The book. No. Not allowed. You can't do that. There. The book is restored. Okay, so let's get into this here. We can use the charger in a bit. Won't worry about it for now. Let's check out the laptop. Some parts sold separately, yeah. So, if you guys have seen any shots online of the... let me change the title here real quick. Because I believe this is specifically XMG... One sec. I'm going to just add a marker. And then change this. All right. So if you've seen reviews of the Vision 15 from, I just updated the title, the Vision 15 or the NUC M15, if you've seen images of them before or reviews, they pretty much always have the silver one, which is a shame because, you know, they originally showed off this chassis in two colors. If I can get my camera to actually work right now. Hold on. All right. I'm going to call it good enough. Anyway. So, they only showed it in silver. We've only seen it in silver. But today we have a black sample. This is a black Vision 15. And it is more attractive in person than I thought it would be. This laptop is like stunning, honestly. This table doesn't do it justice. Like Ooh. Let's get the light out of the way. I probably should get like a white table, but just so you can see it a little better, I'll just chuck some cloth on the table here in the form of a t-shirt. There it is. So this is a touchscreen. I am pretty certain that this does not have an SSD in it. Oh, it's in manufacturing mode. Oh, it does. Ooh, they hooked me up. Unless that's fake boot, because that does happen sometimes. Holy crap. What's Bishop County? Okay. Anyway. Here we are. Now, normally I wouldn't advise putting a laptop on cloth because it's just kind of a stupid idea. But I've got to show this off for the video, so I wish I did have more light here, but I don't, so I can't really show this off very well. Hold on. There we go. Now you can see. I had it at like 125 from earlier. Man. So if you've seen like if you've seen like the Razer, like this reminds me a lot of like Razer laptops right away. I've never used this one before, so we'll see here. Yeah, it's funny. I thought I was gonna have to have my own SSD. I don't know where I got that from. You don't need my Wi-Fi password. So, get that signed in. Here we go. Yep, so we're on the internet now. And yes, this is a, how do you pronounce it? SCHENKER? I can't recall how to pronounce that. But man, I just can't get over how nice this thing looks right away. Let me pull up my stuff here. So everything should be updated. I've got, so yeah, here we go. I'll run you through some stuff that I was sent. This black model is only for demo use right now. And the first few months of it will be available only in silver. They plan to introduce the black SKU with the introduction of the Pro Tigerlake SKUs. So that's a little unfortunate, but nevertheless. And they don't expect it to be released until like around mid-2020, but there's no confirmed date yet. So unfortunately, this model is not available for sale right now. This exact color. And that's a shame because this thing is beautiful. Like holy crap. This is my kind of laptop for design wise at least. Just reviewing the details right here. Intel might improve some things before this gets released. It's a Torx T6. Also, they plan on shipping a Torx T6 screwdriver with every Vision 15 they sell. XMG does, so that's nice at least. They're providing you with the tool to get the back open. Just double check a few things. BIOS is not final release yet, so we might run into problems. Oh yeah, okay. Installed Windows is set up for Project Athena, so this should have really good battery life. Let's even look. What have we got battery life wise right now? Yep, there we go. 15 hours of battery life remaining. Whoa. There's your Project Athena. Wowee. That's quite good. Zoom out again. And I'm just checking through this because I forgot to review this before we started the stream here. The way it does thermal throttling and whatnot is a bit different because it handles it and with Intel DTT, which I'll have to look into a bit more before I make a video. It's got a touch screen. Very nice. Screen brightness is over 400 nits, between 430 and 500. The display opens 180 degrees. Should stay very cool under stress test. DPC latencies should be good. 25 different keyboard layouts available on Bestware. Okay, yep, so there's all the stuff we need to know about. So let's get started here. One thing I want to talk about before we get really talking about this laptop is let me just get this pulled up first before I go and show you my private email. So I'm just gonna open this. I'm just gonna open this in like a. Oh God, 1 second. I don't have 2 monitors today, so because I had to return some Lenovo monitors. I'll have to show you guys why, but here's the laptop. This is what happens when you open it. I won't be opening it on stream today because I got to figure that off stream. We've got a 73 watt-hour battery, but it's rated more at like 72. We have an inverted motherboard, which makes me sad. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Luckily, all of the user upgradable components are exposed with this laptop motherboard inverted. The only downside is you can't repaste easily, which kind of sucks, but if the laptop's good, I can't really complain about it. Wi-Fi card, SSD here. 2 things you can really replace. Everything else is soldered, unfortunately. Big speakers. We've got a grill right here along the top. There's a grill. I don't know if that's air intake or not. Whoops. But yeah, that's the inside of the thing. Let's see, do I have any other images that might be worth showing you before we get into this? Oh, yeah, here we go. This one works too. Here's the motherboard on the other side. You can see we've got 1 heat pipe, another heat pipe. So 1 heat pipe to 1 fan. That's pretty nice. We should get some pretty solid thermals out of this thing. Like, who was saying that again in chat? Like Jack F said, they missed the opportunity with XE Max, but nevertheless, we're going to be checking this out. So let's get going here. So, welcome to a stream where I test things for the first time. Today we're testing this laptop. Let's go over a few things. So, left side here. We've got Thunderbolt port, HDMI port, and USB port. This come pre-scratched. No, that was hair. Alrighty. On the opposite side, we've got a Thunderbolt port, USB port, and a headphone jack. On the bottom, we have this little air intake. Yep, right there. Just a little air intake. That's all it has. So, interesting design choice. Wouldn't exactly agree with that under most circumstances, but we'll take a look and see how I feel about it after running a test. You can see here that this does have some pretty substantial rubber feet on the thing. You can see that even without it being in focus. So it at least has some good clearance. But yeah, let's get something fired up here. We're going to load up Ada64. Which will just download here. What is going on with this screen? Oh God. Alexa. Nope. Apparently this has Amazon Alexa. Oh, go away. Mute. There we go. I have a Echo Show in my room, so. Apparently it says Alexa features. I'll have to mess with that and see if it's worth anything. But I have to figure out what's going on with the screen here first. Why is it so smeared? Ooh. That is very smeary. Let's see. Is that just something to do with, like, is it doing, like, FreeSync or something odd? Something weird? Go away. Global settings. Nope. I'm confused. What? Where's the power settings for this screen? Where did he say that was? Hold on. Gotta check my email again. I think he said graphics control center. Display power savings somewhere in here. Let's find it. Yeah, stop showing me this thing. It's annoying. Limited? What? Okay. Where? There it is. Power. There we go. Finally. So we'll turn off self-refresh. Nope, still the same thing. That's normal. Turn off power savings. And yeah, so the screen is still cold, so I'm not going to really say, like, oh, well, it's not very good, because I don't know yet. The keyboard feels all right. I'm not 100% certain who manufactures this laptop. I think it might be Tongfeng, but I'm not certain. I'd have to check with some folks and see, because I don't know. Is this for gaming? Yes, this is a funny gaming. I don't think this is really targeted towards gaming though. It's only got XE, so unfortunately not a gaming. We could probably play a game on it though. Speakers are something. Sound a little funky, but that's probably just the processing on them. We'll get that sorted out later. So I'm just going to stress these both and just run this. We're not plugged in, by the way. 11 watts. Best performance, please. 20 watts. 46 watts. 45 watts. 43 watts. What CPU is this again? Hold on. This is 1165 G7. Yeah, I can't complain about 43 watts on battery. I can't complain at all about that. Right away. XE is designed for game. Yeah, XE is designed for gaming. That's true. But I mean, like, who doesn't want to render Netflix? You just render every movie. We'll see how well games run on this. I'm imagining, given this high power limit, they should run pretty well. I've been told that this will scale down depending on chassis temperatures and a few other things. What is that noise? Is that the computer or is that my desk? I honestly can't tell. I think it's my desk. Frickin' desk, it's noisy. You can see it's slowly starting to drop down. But yeah, I'm gonna zoom out. That was the tap test. See if it taps. Whoa, boy, no, don't record. Stop. New camera is a little bit of a pain, but we're getting it figured out. There. Okay. So let's see here. Still 40. Yeah, I'm just gonna feel the top deck here. It's warm along this edge. Keyboard is cool. Palm rest is cool. Can you read one wacky? Yes, I can read one. I'll read one. Let's see. Which page, Jared? It has to be between, I think, yeah, 5 and 96. Any number between those. $69. I thought so. All right. Which one of the 7 dwarfs was the first to get a computer? Floppy. And what did the elf put on the internet? A gnome page. Now that if that's not hilarious, I don't know what is. There you go. There's your sampling of 101 wacky computer jokes. Buy now on Amazon. Pretty hilarious stuff. Definitely worth it. That's why we watch Kodusky. Yep, it's just for the computer jokes on occasion. There's no other reason to watch. Let's see here. Alexa, let's see what that has to do with anything. Is it gonna be like sign into Amazon? Nah, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'll do it later. Skype is on here for some ungodly reason that's pinned. I'm just gonna unpin a bunch of stuff. Hey Jared, did you see the 15-hour battery estimate on here? I gotta go paint wall now. Well, that's sad. Enjoy painting a wall, I guess. Honestly, I don't know what to do with this laptop right now. Let's see here. Does this have Windows Hello? Let's see. Bishop County. Oh, Windows is not activated. Why? Is it because of a hardware change? Yep, hardware change. Yeah. Let's see. Is this gonna work now? Maybe it'll work. Nope. Ooh, that's yeah, nice. Okay. We're just gonna keep going here. Let's see. What did I want to do again? Oh yeah, sign in options. Let's see if this is a hello. We're gonna set a password first. I'm gonna set you into starting soon mode so that I can type my password in. I always like to put my real password on review samples so that If I get sent a rogue review sample, they can log into everything. Because that's what you want. Mr. Bishop County be like, ooh, nice. Oh, it does have Windows Hello. That's nice. Let's get set up with a pin first. I should just make what is Bishop County referring to? Like, what do you what do you think it's? What do you mean? What does it mean? But yeah, we can get set up with Windows Hello here. It's gonna show my face, of course. So you get to see the gamer. I'll get that right here. Isn't that cool? You got to see my face on stream for once. Anyway, let's just continue here. Bishop County. Whatever that means. Let's load up Minecraft. What games do you want to see? I can load up whatever. I probably gotta get Steam downloaded. Might as well get the installer running. And I'm also going to adjust the display scaling because I hate display scaling. And it's also 1080p. So why do I need it? Cyberpunk? That might take a while to download. I don't know how well. I don't know if Cyberpunk works on XE graphics either. I would probably do it if I knew it did. While we're waiting, I'll talk a little bit about G14 versus the Core 14. Core 14 in general is a nicer laptop in my personal opinion, even though the screen is like the same as the 120 hertz model. As a whole, the laptop is better. Keyboard is better. I mean, the performance is not better because the CPU is not nearly as fast. But like, honestly, when we were playing GTA 5 and I was not upset at all. Compared to my 1650 G14, I mean, it's about the same experience. So 720 on low should get like 30 FPS. Yeah, but do I really want to play Cyberpunk at 720 low on a 15-inch laptop? Not really. Get signed in here. Oh, typed my password wrong. Of course I did. Wait, what? String facade. You have typed my pass. Oh my god. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, one of my complaints with the Core 14 is that the caps lock actually doesn't have an indicator light on it, believe it or not. Which is a little annoying. And also the lid. The lid itself doesn't have any magnets, which does not help it stay closed. Which kind of sucks, but not much you can really do about that. It's a wacky thing to do, so I mean, I would, but it would take forever to download, dude. Like, that's 60 gigs, probably. Isn't that how big Cyberpunk is? I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's 60 gigs. I don't want to spend time downloading that forever. Speaking of which, let's see what kind of... Oh, my battery's low on my camera. Let's see what kind of... What would it be? Crap. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to see what type of SSD I have. Why did I go to settings? Disk drive. Samsung. Let's see here. I can't look that up very easily. Let's see if I can find that online. What type of SSD is this? It is probably a 950 Pro, like the other one. Makes sense. 16 gigs of RAM. At some speed of some kind, doesn't really say. XE graphics. All good. Let's see here. What can I do? This will install in like 5 seconds. I haven't tested it on a properly cooled XE chassis, so I might as well try BeamNG Drive. Let me adjust my download speed too. There we go. Now I won't kill my download speed. Sorry, I just have a bunch of pings in a few places. Okay. All right, back to this. So that's downloading. That'll take like 3 minutes. What's our battery estimate right now? Hour 52 still? Okay. I suppose downloading stuff on Steam is not the best for battery life. Do I have a spare battery for this camera? I should. I was going to double check, and I didn't. So we might end up switching back to my A6000 here, which is pretty funny. You guys just get to enjoy the flashing battery icon. Let's see. We'll also get Minecraft spun up, because why not? But yeah, I mean, this cooling system in here is apparently pretty good. I mean, haven't run into issues with it at all, so... Well, not... obviously, yeah. But the cooling is just impressive. Let's see. Do I have any USB-C chargers down here? Not really, no. I'll just get the one it was sent with hooked up. On twist. There we go. Plugged in. Now we're charging, so less to worry about in terms of battery life. Wonder how high it'll boost when it's charging. The camera die? Yep. Alright, we'll just plug into HDMI here then. If it has one, I don't remember. It does, okay. Yes, you can see 40 watts again. Just warm along the top. Keyboard deck as a whole is pretty cool. Yeah, 2.5 hours. That's pretty good battery run time on the camera. I didn't even charge it up beforehand properly. I was just kind of like, oh, I'll just record today. So yeah, battery life's much better on this camera. But yeah, response times on this screen are still not horribly impressive. Let's see what monitor this is. BOE. Alright, let's see if I can find this. There it is. Yeah, of course Notebook Check already tested it, so we can at least see how good the screen is there. Response times. Let's see here. Yeah, that's not very good. That's probably why they feel... Yeah, alright. So, like 40 millisecond black to white and 60 millisecond gray to gray. Yeah, this is not a very nice screen. by any means, but I imagine it's a very low power consumption, so it's also very bright and color accurate. Is it? I mean, not especially, but it's got decent sRGB. It's not bad. It's a decent panel. It's just slow. Reminds me of the panels they use in like XPS 15s and stuff like that. Okay, panels that are just slow. While we're waiting for this to download, I'm gonna have to track down that other battery. Oh, it's right here. Let's see if this one's charged even. I don't know if it is. Christ. Let's see if I had the presence of mind to charge the other battery. How charged is this? All the way. That's good. Okay, cool. So that one's charged. So we can actually go back to filming now. Alrighty. So we're back now, kind of. Camera's at least back. Look at the cord back on it. Why is it down converting? It should just be... Why is it downgrading it to 1080p? That doesn't even make sense. One second here. Okay. There we go. All right, that's gonna be good enough. What'd you miss? We switched to a different laptop. This is the Vision 15. We're gonna play BeamNG Drive on it again. See how well that runs. Should run pretty good. This thing actually seems to perform just about as good on battery as it does on AC. So that's something I can appreciate. I'll have to definitely spend some time with this thing watching YouTube videos and stuff to see how well the battery life actually is. How good the battery life is, you know, in real world use. I also got to get this battery on the charger. Whoops. You're using an Intel GPU. Yeah, I know. It's the faster one. Is the trackpad glass? Let's check my review guide. I'll tell you. I don't think it is. But we'll see. It's interesting how the power button's pulsing while the computer's on. I wonder what the point of that is. Yeah, what? Can you guys see that? What happened? Yeah, look at that. The power button, you can see that? It's like pulsing. No, don't record video. No. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That's odd. Anyway. Let's get started here. This is a 60 hertz screen. We're going to go to East Coast, USA. Is this like really laggy? Hey, welcome Zero Skills. All right. This is at like low. Whoa, nope, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to put this on like high here. I'm also going to show the FPS. So we're running at 88 FPS. I'm going to turn off anti-aliasing, and I'm going to set this to normal. Morning skills. Pulsing while charging? Oh, yeah, that's a... let's see. Does it stop when I unplug it? Yep, you're right. That's indeed what it's doing. Interesting. I've never seen a laptop pulse its power button when it's charging, but I suppose that makes sense. It's a good indicator. I'm just going to drive while I can't see anything. We're running at around 40, 50 FPS right now. Yeah, for some reason my OBS preview window is really laggy right now. I think when I was remote desktoping earlier, it screwed things up. Yes, this is plenty playable at normal. Which is actually quite surprising. This laptop is certainly holding its own. Let's see here. I'm going to load up Ada64 again just so that I have the graph here so that I can see what the power consumption is. Looks like we have some sort of like auto dimming in various parts of the screen. It's very interesting. So right now we're consuming, I don't know, I'll put this aside right here, make it a little larger, and then I'll grab this and put it here so that I can see roughly what the numbers are. This is not updating fast enough. Hold on. 1 unified 1. There we go. So we're running around 37, 38 watts, 53 FPS. This is plugged in with best performance on. We're on normal normal graphics settings, so it's not looking the best, but it looks, you know, playable and good and fine. I think I have anti-aliasing off. SSAO is definitely not on. And there's definitely some sort of dynamic contrast trickery happening behind the scenes here. Let's see. Let's switch vehicles. I'm gonna go for a faster car. Might be a bit more fun to drive here. It ain't bad, yeah. It's doing a good job. Let's also spawn the traffic in. Let's see how it does with traffic. Spawn it with, please. There we go. Oh boy. Let's get going here. They'll never catch me. Oh, there's the guy. About 42 FPS right now. You can see it's spiking occasionally to higher wattages. Not quite sure why. Probably just respawning vehicles and whatnot. 40 watts is about the sweet spot, it appears. What am I crashed into the sidewalk? That's hilarious. No, slow down. Okay. Oof. Well, there you go. So this is again the Vision 15 from XMG's parent company that I can't pronounce. SCHENKER. Let's see. How does Google want to pronounce that? We're gonna go and select German.
Schenker.
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 Schenker. Okay. Schenker. Schenker. I think that's correct.
Schenker.
Schenker.
Schenker. Schenker.
I'm gonna call it Schenker. Schenker. Yep. Okay, that sounds about right. What happened to the live stream chat? Where did it go? There it is. You can say car instead of ker. SCHENKER. Oh yeah, SCHENKER. Yeah, okay. All right. Yep, that makes sense. Thank you for writing that out in chat. Now I know how to pronounce it. SCHENKER. It's not car. It's ker. SCHENKER. SCHENKER. SCHENKER Vision 15. God, this car needs to get out of the way. So SCHENKER Vision 15. Not exactly car, somewhere between ker and car. So ker. SCHENKER. SCHENKER. We're gonna get Tom come in here and be like, "What are you doing? That's not how it's pronounced." Oh yeah, apparently this laptop thinks it's 2021. That's not right though. It's only 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Got time. We're gonna get out of the way. How's this car still driving? Well, into the water we go. Quiet sinker. Shinker. Okay. Shinker. A quiet sinker. Sinker. Okay. It's 2021 already. Well, I know. Oh, no. Okay. Let's get out of this water here. I think the cops don't know how to get here, so... Yeah, they gave up. Gee, come on, get out of the dirt. Come on. There we go. Get out of the dirt to get back in the dirt. Ah! What are you doing? Why is there traffic on the dirt road? Ah! Yeah, I'll have to message Tom and ask him how I'm supposed to pronounce that, so that I don't screw it up any more than I already have. Yeah, so about like low to mid 40s is about the FPS you'll get in this game at normal, which is pretty respectable. This game's hard to run. Teardown is not going to run because Teardown does not run on Intel. Let's see here. What do we have? Pa-da-bum-bum. If only evading the police in real life were that easy. Just jump in the ditch and hide. Let's see. Let's see here. So do we have any game requests on this thing that I can realistically download during stream? Cyberpunk would have been... Yeah, well, Cyberpunk is not going to download that quickly. 25 meg down. All right, I'll try to install it. We'll get it downloading at least. Oh yeah, look at that dynamic contrast thing going on. Isn't that weird? That is funky. Funky. What on earth? That is bizarre. Oh my god, guys, it already downloaded. I gotta adjust the graphics settings for this screen again, because that is just bizarre. Local adaptive contrast enhancement. Let's not do that. There we go. Now the screen looks normal. Instead of weird. 42 minutes? No, you're crazy, dude. That's not gonna happen. We're not gonna have enough time. Let's see. I'll pause that for now. Why do I have Minecraft story mode? Yeah, now the screen doesn't look weird and bad. It just looks like a nice panel now. Isn't it crazy what disabling weird, oh, there's so much better settings does for you? I already own Java Edition. Download. Yep, you have to type a URL in to get to this page easily. I bet that game would look better than it did before. Yeah, probably. Did I stream Cyberpunk? I can't remember. I think I only streamed Legion. I think I wanted to stream Cyberpunk and then I got busy. Bum 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 bum. Time to sign in. Get signed in here. Wow, he's gonna play Minecraft again. I bet that's gonna be quite the demanding title on this computer. Yeah, no, it's not. I want a free Minecraft log. Oh, too bad. Will Cyberpunk even run at like 720p on this? Apparently. That's what I've been told in chat. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a bright screen. There's like two modes to the screen. The brightness of the keyboard. Touchpad is fine. Oh yes, someone asked if it was glass. Let me look. There's nothing bad with the trackpad, by the way. By fine, I mean it's like pretty good. So yeah, let's run through some stuff in this email here. So it has Thunderbolt with charging support on both sides. It will wake instantly from standby. It is silent under load. Well, quiet under load, which we've observed. It's pretty quiet under load. Keyboard's very cool. No third-party apps. So just Intel stuff. Yeah, that kind of thing. All right. Wow, games sure is downloading quickly. So we're about to cross the 3-hour mark. I'm probably going to end up calling it soon because I want to do other stuff this evening and I need to test this laptop out a bit more extensively in like actual use. So that takes time to do and it's not easy to do that on stream always. So That's kind of why I like to do that privately at times. Does that not work anymore? What happened? Like Minecraft throttles their download probably. One sec. I can't recall what the IP. Oh, there we go. It's on 1.16.3. Well, that's a shame. How about let's go on this server instead. Max. Yeah, runs well. You can hear the fans ramping up. Not too bad though. Especially if you have the speakers on, you're not gonna be able to hear it. Not very well, at least. Let's try a larger server. Oh, I thought that was like 200 IQ or something, not 2020 roundup or something like that. Yeah, so obviously, I mean, this is pretty good FPS. It's not the most stable thing ever, and it's all right. Yeah, so this keyboard is definitely not going to work very well for gaming. The rollover is not good. If I held W and A, I can't hit space. It just doesn't work. But I can do it if I hit this, and if I just hit A. Actually, A cancels out the space bar. They conflict with each other, which is sad. So this is actually wouldn't be a good work laptop for me. What a shame. I will have to complain about that though, because that makes basically literally like any game impossible to play on here. Like how do you if you can't hold down A and hit space bar, like how are you supposed to play any games at all? Because I mean, this has the XE graphics. It should be good enough for that, but you can't play Minecraft properly. I mean, you could probably maybe you can get it with the arrow keys, but like still. Oh my god. What happened? How am I stuck? Oh. I'm gonna run away. Run away. Yeah, it's a shame. I know the Core 14 doesn't have that issue, so there's at least that. Alright, well, that's Minecraft for you. Runs well. Decent FPS. No complaints whatsoever there. God, my video feed is so laggy right now. Okay, well, I'm just going to figure that out later. Yeah, you guys have any questions about the Core 14 or any other laptops I have on hand before I decide to call it for the night and put the VOD up and just chill for a while? I know this hasn't been the most thorough video on the planet. We should also, let me just talk about the pictures a little bit more. Do I still have those up? No, I don't. 1 second here. Pull my downloads folder. What? Okay, we're back now, and I'm just gonna load up this one. Yep. So, let's see here. So this is like the hinge mount. That is really tiny. I'd be concerned about the longevity of that. I mean, this is all metal that it's all mounted to, but that is a tiny mounting plate. Like, concerningly so. Not sure why they decided to do that. Looks like it's also the same situation over here. Yep. Tiny, tiny mountain plate. That is bizarre. I wonder if that looks a little better if I did a visual inspection in person. We'll have to see. What else? What else do I have images wise? Main board. Do you have any SPI ROMs in here? Non-visible on this side. How about on the other image? Oh, that's all covered by tape. But yeah. Back to the video feed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because I don't have much else to talk about. I don't want to stretch the stream out forever because some people like to come back and watch these, and if it's just me talking for like 6 hours about nothing, they just want to click off. So any sort of interest in anything on here? Want to look at anything specific? Any specific questions? I wasn't able to find out if the trackpad is glass or not. Let me look one more time. See if I can find that. I'm pretty certain that it's that I don't have that information. Oh, by the way, the boot logo we looked at, it'll be replaced with the actual, logo of the company when it gets mass produced. SCHENKER. So there'll be the ability to turn off auto dim the keyboard backlight soon. Apparently at the top left of the touchpad, you can actually disable the touchpad. Let's see. Yep. You can disable the touchpad by tapping there. Apparently it's easy to do by accident. And apparently that feature is going to be turned off soon. But it appears, yeah, that's just a dead zone for the trackpad right up there, it appears. That's a bummer. But yeah, apparently that's not going to be a thing in the mass-produced one. Yeah, that's my comment list. Yeah, so if there's no additional questions, I'll probably just end the stream here for now. And yeah. Well, I hope the stream was at least somewhat fun today or informative. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave any comments on the channel. Be sure to like the VOD. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'm sure most of you are, but nevertheless. I'll be putting out a video about the Core 14 probably tomorrow. But yeah, that's it today. I hope the stream was at least useful, and I'll come back in the future and do some other streams, hopefully, about other devices I get in. And hopefully with the next year, we'll have some new interesting devices come out, new interesting stuff for me to check out. And yeah, let's just, do you have any music I can just play to outro? I just use Team Fortress 2 stuff again. Is there any of like the non... Yeah, there we go. But, yep, that's it for today. I'll stick around for a few more minutes and then I'll end the stream, so ask any questions if you've got any.
Though Kira's bringing him over into the corner here. I'm not sure what his plan is. Max blew all of his energy in the first 30 seconds of the match. And he is almost toast. What? Why did he fall down? Are they going to set up a double team move? I heard a crunch.
All right.
Two.
Well,
It's not dead.
have a good night, everybody. If it's not the new year yet, Happy New Year's. And yeah, see you guys later.
He just broke every bone in his body.